Today is Tuesday, March 14th. I'm Fallon Hewitt, and here's what's making news now. A Toronto man found guilty of sexual assault is in court today seeking a new trial. Mustafa Yuryar is appealing his 2016 conviction in the sexual assault of Mandy Gray, a fellow PhD student at York University. Yuryar alleges the judge who oversaw his case was biased against him and had an intent of making a broader statement about sexual assault. In his ruling, Justice Marvin Zucker spoke out against myths of rape and specific stereotypes that affect survivors of sexual assault. Yuryar's appeal also challenges an order that he would pay Mandy Gray $8,000 to help her cover her legal fees. Gray held a rally outside the court this morning to highlight the social and economic costs taken on by survivors. Toronto Public Health has released its proposed overdose action plan. Over the last decade, the City of Toronto has experienced a 73% increase of reported overdoses, with 135 in 2015 tied to opioids alone. The city's plan includes strategies such as supervised injection sites, drug checking programs in order to test illicit drugs, and addressing the barriers faced when calling 911 in the incident of an overdose. TPH will present the plan to Toronto Board of Health on March 20th. Toronto and surrounding areas are seeing what's perhaps is the last swipe of winter today due to a storm that rolled in overnight. According to Environment Canada, Toronto is expected to see 5 to 10 centimeters throughout the day. Halton, Hamilton, and the Niagara region are seeing heavier snowfall, with a total of 20 to 30 centimeters expected to fall on the region by this evening. Due to the weather, Sheridan College, Brock University, Mohawk College, and McMaster University were closed today. Humber College remained open. Snowfall south of the border is also affecting flights at Pearson International Airport, with 25% of flights being canceled. The snow is expected to fizzle out on Wednesday morning. Here's a look at the weather ahead from coast to coast. In the wake of Donald Trump's travel restrictions, Girl Guides of Canada have canceled all future trips to the United States. In a statement announcing the cancellation, Girl Guides of Canada noted the value of safety, inclusivity, and acceptance in the spaces they provide. For guides, the United States have been a frequent destination for trips, but the ability for all members to cross the border equally is uncertain for the group. The cancellations include any travel that has a connecting flight through a U.S. airport. The group hopes that members will see their commitment to inclusivity and equal opportunities for all girls and women through what they call a tough decision. Members of the Canadian Senate are determined to have Senator Don Meredith expelled after the Senate's ethics watchdog found that he had breached 2 codes. Last week, Meredith was found to be engaging in a relationship with a high school student when she was 16 years old. The 52-year-old senator could be suspended without a pay by a majority vote on the motion, but would still be able to collect his pension regardless of the actions set to remove him. Any parliamentarian member who has served for 6 years is eligible to collect the annual pension. Meredith has served in the Senate for more than 6 years after his appointment by former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Peter Harder, the government's representative in the Senate, has written to Meredith to ask him to resign. And now to Sam Layden with sports.
Welcome to Skedline Sports News. I'm Sam Layden. The marathon community lost a legend as one of their oldest racers, Ed Whitlock, died in a Toronto hospital last night. The news comes a week after his 86th birthday, and just months before in October, Whitlock crushed a world record running a 42-kilometer race in just under 4 hours. The editor-in-chief of Canadian running magazine, Michael Doyle, says Whitlock was a titan of the sport. Toronto basketball fans celebrated in an uproar last night as the Raptors took the Dallas Mavericks in a convincing win. The Raptors pulled out a 100-78-point win, but point guard DeMar DeRozan says the energetic win might be too early, saying somebody has a good week and somebody has a bad week. It could switch quickly. More good news for Canadian sports fans as the Calgary Flames currently sit on a 10-game winning streak. The 10th game was won last night against Pittsburgh, placing them in a tie with the last time the Flames managed a 10-game win streak nearly 40 years ago. The Flames have a chance to top that record at 11 wins tomorrow night when they play the Boston Bruins. Toronto's very own Maple Leafs will be playing tonight against the Florida Panthers. The Leafs have been doing well in their most recent games with 3 modest wins, but nothing overwhelmingly crushing. Tonight may change that, and you can tune in at 7:30 to find out. Soccer fans, or football in case you're confused, the Champions League round of 16 starts today. The round kicks off with Leicester City versus Sofia, and then Juventus versus FC Porto. You can catch those games at 3:45 this afternoon. But the excitement continues tomorrow when Monaco plays Manchester City and Atletico Madrid plays Bayer Leverkusen. If you are also a basketball fan, this month may take some decent scheduling because March Madness also starts today. The first 4 games will determine who makes it into the tournament field, and games will take place tonight and tomorrow night in Dayton, Ohio. Tonight, Wake Forest takes on Kansas State and New Orleans faces off with Mount St. Mary's. Tomorrow night, UC Davis versus NC Central right before USC goes up against Providence. The first round of the tournament will start on Thursday. That's all we've got for sports today at Skedline. I'm Sam Layden, and I hope you have an awesome day.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office released its review of the Republicans' American Health Care Act Monday. According to the review, the CBO estimates that 14 million people would be left uninsured in 2018 and a grand total of 24 million in 2016 if the act goes through. CBO also concluded that the plan would reduce federal debt by $337 billion in 11 years. The act also rolls back changes made with Obamacare, including the expansions to Medicaid and the requirements of large companies to offer insurance to their employees. The bill still needs to be approved by Congress and the Senate. Here's Cabrina with entertainment news.
Hi, I'm Cabrina Robinson, and this is your entertainment news for today. The 21st season Bachelor, Nick Viall, is officially off the market. The season finale of the ABC's The Bachelor ended with Canadian Vanessa Grimaldi walking away with a proposal from Viall. Viall got down on one knee after saying goodbye to runner-up Raven Gates and proposing to Grimaldi, the 29-year-old special education teacher from Montreal. Nick returned to the franchise on season 21st after his many failed attempts at finding love on both Andy Dorfman and Caitlin Bristow's season of The Bachelorette and season 3 of Bachelor in Paradise. Following the final rose special on Monday, which aired directly after the Bachelor finale, Viall and winner Vanessa Grimaldi revealed that the couple is still together. They said that a date for their wedding is still yet to be set. The new season of Bachelorette premieres on ABC May 22nd. Hanson, the band made famous for their MMMBop single, has just announced their 25th anniversary tour. The Middle of Everywhere World Tour kicks off Monday 21st at the Hop Jam Bear and Music Festival in Tulsa, Oklahoma, an event Hanson started in their hometown. The band, founded by the 3 Hanson brothers, Isaac, Tyler, and Zach, in 1992, is also celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hanson's debut album, Middle of Nowhere. The band also announced that later this year, they will be releasing Middle of Everywhere, The Greatest Hits, a compilation of all their most popular songs, and a new Christmas album to be released later in 2017. British singer and songwriter Ed Sheeran dominated the U.S. charts on Monday. His new album, Divide, storms its way to the top on the Billboard 200, Sharon also topped the digital songs chart with his lead single, Shape of You. According to The Guardian, Sharon scored #1 singles and albums, scoring the best sales week of 2017 so far, with a 4,451 total album sales. This doubled the opening week sales of his previous chart-topping album. The singer's U.S. success comes after an even bigger start for Divide in his home country, Britain, where Sharon had the fastest-selling album by a solo male artist in British chart history on Friday. Sharon is also gaining a lot of traction in Australia, where Divide remains a #1 album there. American actress and singer Selena Gomez has made a generous donation to the University of Southern California's Keck School of Medicine. The donated funds will aid in kickstarting the Selena Gomez Fund for Lupus Research at the institution. The research, headed by Jonas Petty-Peterdy, professor of sociology and biophysics at USC, will look into complications and side effects that come from lupus. Gomez, who revealed later last year that she's battling lupus, has been an active advocate for promoting awareness and further research of the disease. She stated in a People magazine article, "I continue to be optimistic about the progress being made in lupus research, and I am proud to support the promising work at Keck School of Medicine." The Hard Rock Cafe in Toronto Yonge Dundas Square will be closing its doors in May. The popular rock and roll theme restaurant, opened in 1978, is reported to be replaced with a Shoppers Drug Mart by the end of 2017. Hard Rock International officials say that they are reviewing other locations in Toronto and around Canada to expand their brand. They said that the decision to move was mostly motivated from the business's financial constraints. The restaurant's lease was up for renewal, and the owner was asking for $2 million a year plus taxes and other expenses. Many Torontonians have said that the historic landmark will be greatly missed. Other Hard Rock restaurants in Canada are located in Niagara Falls and Vancouver. Disney's much-anticipated film, The Beauty and the Beast, has been postponed in Malaysian theaters after a gay moment was cut from the film. The film was set for release on Thursday before Disney announced that it would delay the movie. The Malaysian censorship board responded earlier today saying it had approved the screening, but with a minor edit concerning a gay moment in the film. The film sparked controversy last week after the director revealed that the movie would feature a gay character. Though homosexual activity is illegal in Muslim-majority Malaysia, the country's tourism minister, Mohammed Narzi Abdul Aziz, has responded saying that the banning is ridiculous. Local cinema chains have been offering refunds for customers who have purchased tickets in advance. A new release date is yet to be announced. That's it for your entertainment news. Thanks for tuning in.
British Prime Minister Theresa May has been given the go-ahead to launch separation proceedings with the European Union. So far, both houses have approved the Brexit bill, and with Queen Elizabeth's approval expected in the coming days, May will get the green light to begin the 2 years of talks that will guide the separation of Britain and Europe. Britain's vote to leave the European Union in June 2016 proved to deepen division among the region, with Ireland and Scotland nationalists calling for their own independence votes. The talks of Brexit are expected to be Britain's most complex negotiations since World War II. An oil tanker with 8 Sri Lankan crew on board has been hijacked by pirates off the coast of Somalia. This is the first time a ship has been taken successfully in the region since 2012. Experts say the RE-13 was an easy target after a period without attacks. According to data from the International Maritime Bureau, the region saw 237 pirate attacks in 2011. The tanker was en route to Mogadishu when it was captured, but has since diverted towards the port of Alula in the region of Puntland in Somalia. The ship's tracking system has reportedly been switched off. Before we leave, today all of us at Skedline want to wish you a happy Pi Day. Check out Skedline reporter Rob Lowry's photo gallery highlighting the day. I'm Fallon Hewitt. Thanks for watching.